This video will be about my Vandas. I just watered them and I thought it would be a good time to show you all my Vandas and tell how I grow them. And also I got a question from one of my viewers on how do I grow Vandas, so that will basically cover it. I've been growing Vandas for many years and I went through many stages. I tried to grow them potted and in glass vases, and finally I found the way that works for me, and that way is just completely bare rooted. So I grow my Vandas bare rooted, and until recently they were all in this clay pots, just like this, empty clay pots with only roots in it. And this method worked perfectly for a few years, until this pot gets filled up with the roots. It'll take a few years, but at some point this pot will be full of the roots, and that's when the problem will start. The bottom roots will be covered with the top roots, and they will not dry out properly, at least in my conditions. That's what I noticed. And then bottom roots will start to rot, and well, they will not look pretty, and finally you will be taking it out of that pot and repotting it. So it didn't happen right away, so you do have few years. But it would be nice if these pots had holes in them. And I think I saw such pots with holes somewhere online, but not in Canada. In Canada we only have these clay pots with no holes. And well, that's what happens. And a few months ago I was watching a video by Miss Orchid Girl, and she was showing the baskets, wooden baskets that she received from Vanda, don't remember, Repot Me I think. And those baskets, they're hanging baskets, but when she was showing them, some of them were standing. And I thought, oh, maybe I should try, because I don't have place to hang those baskets, but they're okay just standing right there. And they will provide enough airflow for the roots to not rot. That's what I thought, and I moved few of my orchids, actually a lot of my orchids, into wooden baskets. So that's two ways I grow my orchids. My Vandas now, it's bare rooted in the clay pots. I didn't touch this too. I would move them to basket too, but I didn't want to touch them in the winter, because prying them out of those clay pots will damage a lot of roots. So I decided just to leave them be for now, and then we'll see. Maybe I will take them out in summer or in late spring when it's warm. So these large Vandas, they are, this is Vanda sanderiana, and this one is Vanda tessellata blue, and this is Vanda Rhynchostylis, which is a primary cross between sanderiana and coerulea. And this up front is the Vanda tricolor. So these are the larger Vandas that spent winter here, and summer actually. They spent all time here in the bathroom, on the top of bathtub. Yeah, the orchids, I also have mounds here, albophyllums. Orchids took over this bathtub, and people don't mind. Actually, it's only my husband who wouldn't mind, but he doesn't. And so these are the large Vandas that grow here. I water them from the hose that is here in the bathtub every second day now during winter, and then when the summer comes and it will be really hot here because this is southern exposure and that's the sun. It's very warm here usually, and so in the summer I will be doing it every day, but once a week I soak them in fertilizer. I use MSU fertilizer 1 week and seaweed extract the second week. So I alternate. And it seems like they like it. And I do fertilize them even in the winter, during winter, because I see that they are growing. It's not very cold here, so they are growing. And now we are in my other growing area. It's my tank, where I have Vandas too, a lot of Vandas. I think Vandas is the largest genus that I have in quantity, I mean. And here my Vandas are also bare rooted. They're either in those baskets or some of them are in the pots, in the clay pots. They are in a bit better conditions here than in the bathroom because it's much warmer here, because lights do hit this area, and it's a bit more humid here. Actually, a lot more humid. It keeps about 75% humidity. So I water this Vandas twice a week, and they actually dry out probably faster than twice a week. I mean, I could water them more often, but I just don't have time because it's not as easy as just watering them from the hose as I do in the bathroom. Here I need to take out each basket and water it, like I put it in a container with water. So it takes more time, so I can only do it twice a week. And now I can introduce you to all my Vandas. I have them all sizes. And I have this crazy idea to collect all the species of Vanda genus, which is probably unrealizable, but I'm trying. So here in the corner I have seedlings. Just move this guy here. This one here is a seedling of Vanda insignis. I bought it from Clouds, and I recently moved it into this little basket, and I think it likes basket. It grows new roots, it grows new leaf, and generally happy. These two seedlings are my Vanda tricolor from the flask that I deflasked myself. It was actually pretty good deflasking. They're growing well. I gave away quite a few, and I still have 7 of them growing. I probably will need to get rid of some more because they are not small plants. You've seen one that I have upstairs. So that's Vanda tricolor seedlings, and this one here is Vanda javierae. This plant I have for 3 years, I think, and it's very slow growing, and it does not like to grow the roots. So anytime the new root comes, it's like I feel like a personal gift to me. But it's still alive. I have that piece of rock there just to hold it in place, because there is not much roots to anchor this plant. So that's Vanda javierae. there in the corner is a very small seedling of Vanda brunnea Guangzhou. This is from the flask that I just deflasked in November. And this is one of the larger seedlings, so I thought I'll try it in this basket on its own. So that's Vanda brunnea Guangzhou. I got flask from Rhynchostylis Mountains lab. Yeah, so that's this corner with Vandas. Put this back. And here's also two very small seedlings that are bare rooted, and they are Vanda tricolor alba. So it's supposed to have white flowers with yellow dots. So it's not totally white, but it's called alba. So that's Vanda tricolor alba. And here I have yet one more from the same flask. I deflasked them too. So there are three of them, one here and two there. And this one is Vanda insignis, also from the flask that I deflasked myself. And then moving on this side, I have this mound with three seedlings. They're all Vanda insignis. And these two little ones in baskets are Vanda pumila and Vanda foetida. They also, I think they like baskets. They used to be in clay pots, but I think they're transitioning well to baskets. I think they like it. And two more Vanda tricolors from the same flask. So those are all my Vandas on the top shelf. Now moving down, here is Vanda concolor. I got it from Guangzhou Mountain Labs, and it had roots damaged because it was imported plant, right? So it was basically brought here bare rooted, and so it lost a lot of old roots, but new roots came out a lot. And now I see the problem with the baskets. See, that root is growing out to nowhere, and I have no idea how to get it back. And chances are I will just break it. So I need to find a way to bend it back into a basket. I have no idea how. So that's Vanda concolor. And this one here, it's not very, okay, how do I? And this one here, I'm showing it from outside because it's easier. This is the cross of Vanda insignis and javierae. I bought this and this Nelly swasti from Clouds as very small seedlings, and now they're pretty grown up. Now these Vandas could possibly be okay in a bathroom with other larger Vandas because they have nice roots and they're not very small, so they would probably survive colder temps. But since I have room here in the tank, I let them stay here. And this little one is Vanda luzonica that I bought from Orchids Floriculturing a couple years ago. It's grown since I got it. It's growing roots and it grew some leaves. It was a small seedling, so it's progressing well. And now they're on the back. I'll move this one. On the back I have a roll of seedlings of Vanda brunnea Guangzhou that I deflasked in November. They're doing okay. Most of them started to grow new roots. See root tips there. They're just sitting on the top of wet moss, and they have a fan blowing above them, so moss dries out quickly. I just water them, and they're doing okay. They're growing, and here's two more from the same flask. They're larger ones too, so I created this kind of like a little compote, community pot, but it's community basket. I find these little baskets very cute. It's like, I don't even know what's like, but it's really cute. And moving further is my Vandas candens. Now this Vandas candens again was imported, and I killed all the roots that it had, all the old roots, but now it's starting to grow some new ones. I think it will be okay. Now here in the corner I have Vanda pumila too. That's the second Vanda pumila I have. This one is mounted on the cork bark, and the roots are going into every direction, so I need to tie them to the mount to train them to attach to the mount. I don't know why they do that. And this one here is Vanda lamellata variety calayana. I bought it from Clouds Orchids as a small seedling, and it stays pretty small. It's very slow to grow. It barely grew any roots, and just maybe a couple of leaves, and they're very long and narrow. I don't know why. This is just regular Vanda lamellata, probably boxalii. And here I have 3 plants in pots. The larger one is Vanda coerulea. You saw it blooming recently. I bought her from Guangzhou Mountain Labs too, as a replacement to my coerulea that fusarium killed. So she's growing some new roots. And there is a little seedling of, what's that? Aerides houlettiana. I need to make tags because I might forget them all. I don't have tags. And this one up front is Rhynchostylis gigantea orange. It has very fat roots, very fat, and they come out and go everywhere. I like the leaves. The leaves are very waxy and hard and have stripes. That's probably the best Vanda leaves. Well, Rhynchostylis, but still like Vanda. Yeah, so those are all my Vandas that I have. And as I said, I grow them bare rooted, either in baskets or in pots. I fertilize them with what's this here? MSU fertilizer once a week, every second week, and the other week I take the seaweed extract. And it looks like they're growing. So that was all about my Vandas. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.